Well, tonight we are continuing coverage of football games that resumed today in South Fulton after a volunteer coach is now facing charges when a player was injured during practice and then he had to be airlifted. Both police and witnesses report that coach intentionally tried to hurt that child. Jonathan Sagers was arrested for a felony charge of cruelty to children and a misdemeanor charge of battery. And 11 Alive's Marissa Sarbach is joining us live, Marissa, with how families in the football community, specifically in South Fulton, are reacting to this news.
Well, Faith, as you can imagine, many of the parents that we spoke with and grandparents today are very upset by the news and the incident of what happened last week. Now, the good news is the child that had to be airlifted to Grady Hospital has been released and he is expected to be okay.
The whole incident is kind of heartbreaking, especially being the parent of all boys.
Standing on the sidelines watching their children play football at Old National Park this weekend, some parents and grandparents are still upset by last week's incident.
My thing is, if you're out here for the kids, be out here for the kids, not for yourself. Whatever frustration you got going on, take that somewhere else.
South Fulton police arrested Jonathan Richard Sagers, a volunteer football coach with the Old National Youth Athletic Association, on Wednesday after a child on the team was injured during practice. The affidavit states Sagers grabbed the 12-year-old boy with both hands on the front area of his shoulder pads, picked him up, and slammed him to the ground.
We trust our coaches. We don't expect our coaches to react in such a manner.
Sagers told officers he was showing a technique to the player, and the player got up and continued practicing right after. Witnesses, however, told officers a different story. They said the coach and player got into an argument, the child started walking away, and the coach threw him to the ground. They told police he lost consciousness as a result of the impact.
Coaches are supposed to push kids to be better at the game, but they're pushing them to the point where the coaches like start punching them and hitting them to the point where they start quitting and they don't want to play again. Like, that's what happened to me.
Others won't let one incident change their mind about the sport.
I'm going to play football next year, my school year, for 7th. But that was unacceptable for what happened, because children don't deserve it.
On the day he was arrested, Sagers was also served with a few outstanding warrants from the Atlanta Police Department, including possession of a weapon, possession of drugs, and driving on a suspended license. Now, the Athletic Association tells us that they ran a background check on Sagers in July, and he passed. The Atlanta Police Department says they issued those warrants following an incident in August. Reporting live tonight, Marissa Sarbach for 11 Alive News.
Marissa, thank you so much for bringing that to us. I tell you, you really do have to listen to the children out there. Now, the Athletic Association also tells us that Jonathan Sagers is no longer a volunteer football coach with that league.